Hello, friends. How you doing? So, a pretty consistent theme of messages, emails that I'm getting are from new investors that are basically asking the question of, "Hey, I get it. I'm interested in real estate investing. I like your one rental at a time story. Thank you for what you're doing, but I'm nervous or I'm afraid. You know, I'm stuck. What can you do to help me?" So, first and foremost, this channel, One Rental at a Time, is really dedicated to helping new investors. So I'm thrilled that everybody's asking me these questions. It means that what I'm trying to do is working, as I'm seen as someone that's approachable. Um, so what I thought I would do is actually read to you just a subsequent email that I got. I'm going to have to put on my glasses because I frankly can't read it because it's so small. So let me read it and we'll talk about it. Oh, that's better. There's some words on the page. Hi, Michael. I'm a big fan of your podcast. Did you guys know that I turn all these videos into podcasts? I do. Actually, I don't. Somebody else does every weekend. Podcast is called One Rental at a Time. So again, sorry. I'm a big fan of your podcast. So that means he's probably not watching the YouTube, but he's watching the podcast or listening to the podcast. You are truly an inspiration. Thank you very much. That's nice to hear. I know that you're a busy man, and I understand if you don't reply, but I'm having a dilemma in regards to buying my first rental property. First off, hopefully you all have seen, unless you are, if you leave a comment or send me an email, there's a 99% chance that I will respond. I'm the only one that does this. Pretty much the only people that don't get responses are when you're throwing F-bombs around and you're basically, putting out some kind of hate speech. I simply see those and delete those. I won't reply to those. But other than that, I reply to everybody, sometimes just with a thumbs up or a thank you, but I certainly reply to everyone. So I'm going to reply to you actually with a video or actually a podcast because you're probably going to listen to the podcast. I'm honestly afraid to make the wrong decision and would greatly appreciate any advice you could lend, Michael. Okay, so here's the deal. First and foremost, Michael, realize that most new investors, if not all, are absolutely in your situation. You shouldn't beat yourself up for feeling nervous or afraid. You're potentially talking about making the biggest or at least the second biggest purchase of your lifetime. You are signing up, if you're following my model, for something you're going to own for decades, right? You're going to have 30-year money in most cases. That's a long time to sign up for something. So you should feel nervous. You should be in a dilemma. You should be apprehensive unless you've done what I am going to tell you here. I teach all my students, and the advice for you is no different. You, Michael, in this case, need to learn your market. And how you do that, I go through it in the course, but basically you need to pick an asset type and you need to look at that asset type every day for at least 90 days. You need to track it, you need to understand it. And by doing that, and over the course of the first 2-3 weeks, you're going to start to understand what an average deal is in your market, Michael. And then what you will do after 45 days is you'll start to understand, hey, there are some outliers, right? If the average is a 4% or a 5%, this one's a 6%, right? And then you'll understand that, hey, once in a while, a 7 or a 7.5 comes through. The only way that I know of to be less apprehensive, less scared, less nervous, whatever you want to call it, is you have to build the confidence, and I call it a skill, to find good and great deals. 95% of the deals on the market today are not for you and I, Michael. They're not good deals. They're not great deals. But unfortunately, we have to sift through all of those to try to find the good and great deals. It really is that simple. And I know this because I chose to invest in a market that's 2.5 hours away. I had never visited. I knew no one. I've never spent the night. And it worked out. Now, I'm kind of focused and I looked at it every day for 10 years, but that's how you go one rental at a time, right? We got our first one on Norris Drive, and 9 months later, we got another one. And then a year later, we got a third. And that's the path that you should be on, Michael, right? It's conservative. But you need to do the work. The only way to get confidence is to do the work. And if you need help in understanding how to do it, just get the course. If you want to save a little money, use the coupon code BOOK20. The link's below in this video, but just use the BOOK20. It's probably even in the podcast. And use the BOOK20. You get an autographed copy. You save $20, and you're only going to spend $179. That's less than cash flow from 1 month for a rental property. I priced it at that price on purpose. And then Michael or anybody else who takes me up on this, you'll also get added to a private Facebook group where I interact with students daily. So you can put additional questions there. You could talk about deals. You can do your homework. In the course that you're going to sign up for, there's homework to do. And what you can do is you can post your answers in the Facebook group. I and others will interact with you and help answer questions. So in essence, being nervous, being apprehensive, feeling stuck is a totally okay feeling. Not doing the work required to get unstuck or unnervous is not okay. I've now told you what it is. You need to be able to put in the work so that in 45 to 60 days, you could tell anybody in your network, significant other included, that you have found a good or great deal because you've looked at 20, 30, 40, whatever it is in your market. So I hope that makes sense, Michael. I really hope to see you sign up for the course. I think you will get huge benefits out of it. If anybody else is nervous or stuck, same goes for you. I built the course on exactly what we did, starting with one house going forward. Everything that's in the course is still exactly what I do today. I'm not somebody who's going into new markets. I'm not someone doing syndication. I am just sticking with one rental at a time because it works. And I hope to see you sign up. All right, everybody, have a great day, and hopefully that makes some sense. Thanks.